Chapter 48, Granting of Favor to a Doubting Devotee. Knowledge without love is formal. Previous knowledge is also formal. In the previous chapter, it was stated that enmity, murder, and debt have to be repaid in the next birth, for which one is born to bear the fruits of one's karma. In this chapter, Hemantpat tells one more story. Advocate Sapatnekar was a resident of Akalkot, studying law day and night. It is a story of that time. He met with a student named Shivade. Both of them helped each other in their studies. One day, other classmates also gathered in the same room. To judge the extent of their preparations for exams, they began asking questions to one another. At that time, Shivde made a lot of errors. All the students said this Shivde's study was inadequate. How could he write the answers? They ridiculed him. But Shivde had full confidence. Even if I study inadequate or adequate, I will definitely pass the exams. My Sai Baba is there to help me to pass. Why should I worry? To hear his firm application, Sapatekar asked him about Baba. Then Shivde told him about Baba and his own faith. No matter what efforts I make this year, I will not pass the exam, but next year I will pass. This is thrice the truth. Shivde had 100% full faith on Baba's words. Later, Shivde passed both the exams. 10 years passed after Sapatnekar passed the exams. An incident happened. In 1913, his only son died of diphtheria. Therefore, he lost interest in life. He went to all the pilgrimages, but he was not at peace inwardly. One day, he recalled Shivde's narrative. He recollected his faith in Sai's feet. He felt he should also go for Sai's darshan. In 1913, he went to Shirdi for Baba's darshan with his younger brother. As soon as he got Sai's darshan, he felt satisfied. Folding their hands, both of them prostrated before Baba and offered a coconut. Baba scolded him, saying, "Get away." He could not understand why Baba was annoyed. He decided to consult Baba's acquaintance about his gesture. Someone suggested the name of Bala Shimpi. He found out his whereabouts and told him the whole story. Bala assured him of Baba's darshan. Sapatnekar was made to purchase Baba's photo and then went for Baba's darshan. Bala Shimpi, with his photo in his hand, made a respectful statement. "Oh Lord, whose picture is this?" Baba replied, "This photo is of his lover." Bala asked, "Baba, what is the secret behind this?" He made Sapatnekar to prostrate once again before Baba. Again Baba said, "Get away, go away from here immediately." Advocate Sapatnekar hoped to get Baba's darshan and blessing once again. Later, he and his brother both returned to their place. One more year passed, but the advocate's mind was not at peace. He went again to Gangapur, but his state of mind worsened. At last, he decided to go to Kashi. Mrs. Sapatnekar had a vision when she was asleep in her bed and saw a lady was carrying a water pot and walking towards Lakatsha's well. That dream proclaimed a new faith. Hemant Pant sent a fakir with a cloth tied round his head came near Mrs. Sapatnekar and said in a tender voice, "Oh child, why do you unnecessarily take trouble? I will fill you the whole pot with water." Sapatnekar's wife was frightened of the fakir and she returned home carrying the empty pot. The fakir followed her. Just then the dream was over and Mrs. Sapatnekar woke up. As soon as she told her husband about the dream, the advocate immediately decided to go to Shirdi. At that same moment, both of them started and reached Shirdi the next day. As soon as they arrived, they went to the masjid. Baba was at the Lendi at the time. They sat there till Baba returned, waiting for his arrival. In the meantime, Baba came there. Mrs. Sapatnekar was surprised to see the same figure that she had dreamt of, Baba himself. After Baba's feet were washed, this woman went forward and took darshan. After prostrating at Baba's feet, she sat near. Addressing her, making the woman's story as his own story, Baba started telling it to the third person. Sai was saying, "My hands, stomach and waist have been hurting since a long time. I was fed up of taking medicines, but I am surprised to find that all the pains have disappeared." Then after a month or two, that woman was relieved of her pains, but again, as soon as Sapatnekar took darshan, Baba said, as he did earlier, "Get away." Sapatnekar did not understand why Baba always scorned him. So he decided that till Baba graced him, he would remain in Shirdi with a concentrated mind. Even if he is suffering from the threshold calamities, then also a person who yearns for Sai's darshan, how will he go away? Disappointed, Sapatnikar decided to find an opportunity when Baba would be alone on a seat. Then, holding his feet, he would ask about the matter. When Baba was alone, he placed his head on his feet and began pressing his feet. In the meantime, a shepherd woman came there. She began pressing Baba's waist. It was very it was a regular practice. That day Baba started talking to her. Sapatnika was listening. The beginning of the tale which Baba was telling to the shepherd woman was applicable to Sapatnika. Baba was telling a story of a grocer to that woman. The dead son was also referred in it. When Sapatnika heard his own story from Sai's mouth in this manner, he was greatly surprised and his reverence at Sai's feet grew stronger. Pointing his finger at Sapatnika, Baba said, he says that I have killed his son. He blames me for it. I kill people's children. Why does he come and weep in the masjid? Well, I will do this now. I will bring back his son again to take birth in his house, just as the dead Ramdas was given back to that woman. In the same manner, I will give back his son. Baba placed his hand on his head and assured him with these words. Baba's Dwarakama is not only a masjid but the Dwaravati of Sri Lord Krishna. After coming here, all sufferings and sins are being destroyed. Baba told Sapatnika, these feet are ancient. Your worries are over now. Have full faith on me. You will be fulfilled soon. Tears of joy fell from Sapatnika's eyes. He washed Baba's feet and Baba said, sit peacefully. Then Sapatnika returned happily to the house he was staying in Shiri. He prepared Nivedya. After the puja and Arati were done, he placed the platter of Nivedya before Baba and offered the Nivedya to Baba. Baba accepted the Nivedya by touching it. Sapatnika was pleased with other devotees. Sapatnika also prostrated at Baba's feet. Baba said to him, oh, why so often do you do namaskar after namaskar? It is enough to do it once. That night there was a Chavdi procession. Sapatnika was walking delightfully in front of Pallaki, carried the staff in his hand. Later, that night Baba appeared as Panduranga in the dream of Sapatnika. Thereafter Sapatnika asked Baba for permission to go back. Baba ordered him, eat and then go. In accordance, after taking food, when they went again for Baba's darshan, a thought struck him. If Baba asks for dakshina now, how will I give it? The money that I had has all been spent. Only enough was left for the train fare. Then only 1 rupee can be given as dakshina. Therefore, he was mentally prepared that if Baba asked for dakshina, he would only give 1 rupee and he would frankly tell Baba that he had kept enough only for the train fare. Thus decided, he put 1 rupee in Baba's hand when he went to meet him. As soon as Baba asked for 1 more rupee, he gave it also. Then Baba told him, take this coconut, go happily, leaving aside all your worries of life. Therefore, Sapatnika returned to his house. After 1 year had passed, a son was born to them. He came again with his wife and 8-month-old son for Baba's darshan, and he laid his son named Murlidhar at Baba's feet. After that, Bhaskar and Dinakar, these 2 more sons were born to Sapatnika. Then taking everyone along with him and pleased within, Sapatnika went to Shirdi for Baba's darshan and returned after being fulfilled. Om Shri Sainataya Namaha.